Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and today in the arena, the entire meta, the entire ladder has turned black. Black is my heart, because there are a number of new cards for a mono black style strategy to use, and it's almost hard to fit cards of a different color in there. However, I've seen some of you out there. I've seen you content creators, call yourselves YouTubers out there, trying to turn this mono black deck into an aggro deck. Disgusting. Aggro? Really? With these cards? In a world of Invoke Despair? Aggro? No. We gotta bring it back around to kind of a mid-range to control-y vibe. And that's what I'm going to do, because that's honestly as it should be. Especially the more mono black there is in meta, and there is so much today. Filming this video, I at one point was 12 out of 15 games a mono black mirror, and the other 3 were Esper. All black, everything. It's like my goth phase in high school. So if you're going to play against that type of meta, getting aggressive about it is probably not going to work out unless you draw perfectly every single time. Instead, we have to be willing to pick up cards and outvalue the opponents, especially in battles where Liliana of the Veil is at the center of it. Liliana of the Veil, +1, each player discards a card. Very misunderstood card. This card is a real skill tester, and a lot of people, the skills are rusty. Anyway, -2, sacrifice a creature, -6, some big ultimate thing that doesn't happen very often, and even when it does, isn't necessarily game over. Liliana of the Veil, the +1, a lot of people do not know how to actually use this card well. They just, it's on the battlefield, I must plus it. No, you must not. It's turn 3. There's nothing on the battlefield. I need to play this Planeswalker and plus it. Not necessarily. Basically, this is a card for card exchange thing. And what you have to solve is whether or not exchanging your card for a random card in their hand, the worst card in their hand, is a good trade for you or not. And most people don't even bother to think about it when playing the card. So you can really victimize toilet gamers who run this card. So playing the mirrors is actually very skill testing sometimes. Sometimes you miss a land drop and they don't. Sometimes they draw Invoke Despair and you don't. But most of the time, like if it's a Lily versus Lily fight, it's skill testing. And then it becomes much more skill testing when you involve Reckoner Bankbuster, who's in here as a 4/of because of the mono blackness of the meta. I am only playing against other black decks, so my first version of this deck was scrapped completely and turned into a Reckoner Bankbuster deck to try to outvalue people who are plussing Lily willy-nilly. And then the other key card in the matchup absolutely is Sheldred the Apocalypse. Here's the thing, if this card just sits around for a turn cycle, you might already be dead. The fact that it swings life totals so badly and completely invalidates most board states. This card is way better than expected, but in a discard-y meta that we haven't really had in a long time, where you can drain the opponent completely out of resources and then drop it on an empty battlefield, the clock just flips. And you'll see that in the video. Like, we'll put this on display. Very good card. And it must die. You must be able to kill it when you need to kill it. The other card I'm very back and forth about in the new meta is Evolve Sleeper. On one hand, I really don't like this card in the mirror, and people usually try to play it very aggressive. On the other hand, in the mid-range to control fights, it is possible to play this card well and have it pull out victories that you wouldn't otherwise get, because it does become a one-card kind of factory that can end the game on its own. It doesn't beat a Sheldred the Apocalypse, that's for sure, but it can invalidate a bunch of other things on the board, and it can draw you back into a game, all from your one drop, which is really good. So we're going to play it in this deck. But I think when I watch people play it in the aggro decks, they play it, how would you put it? Too aggressively? Too aggro? Something like that. Other cards that make the cut are cut down. Ha ha ha, see what I did there. And this you can freely play 4-of because it will have enough targets in a lot of the meta, but you can also just discard it to Lily if it has no targets. And you need some things to discard to Lily, like Tenacious Underdog. Sometimes you do want to plus her, and trading it with the worst random control-ish card in the opponent's hand is a good move. It also, for a very cheap cost, helps keep your tenacious underdogs in the graveyard if the opponent tries to, say, Wandering Emperor slice them in half. And of course, I'm going to run Invoke Despair in this deck. Graveyard Trespasser is much better in this deck than you expect. The opponent's trying to discard things to Lily that produce value for them in their graveyard. You can blow that up with the Trespasser. Also, they have a harder time dealing with the ward when they're discarding cards regularly. So it all plays together pretty well. You don't have to go down a full discard rabbit hole to make Liliana good. Just play a solid black cards around it and know when to plus and when not to plus the card, and you'll be in good position. You'll probably also want some card advantage. Since you're grinding both players down to nothing, somebody has to rebuild. So Sorin, Invoke Despair, Reckoner Bankbuster, and in some cases Evolve Sleeper do that job. All right, before we dive into the games, I'm going to thank some patrons. We're thanking 3 a video because I've had so many people sign up. Thank you. It is really awesome. Today's video is dedicated to Educated Peasant, Colin Hebb, and Nightmare King Grim. Nightmare also signed up for the token tier. I will be sending this signed. Just a minute. I got a marker right here. I will sign it. I will be sending this signed Covert Go Blue Shark token to you because you're a US resident at the $9.99 tier. So thank you very much. You guys are very cool. And now it's Mono Black time. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. Yo guys, quick break in to my own video to let you know that the Covert Go Blue playmats are back in stock. So if you wanted to get yourself a little something to celebrate my birthday, these beautiful playmats give you plus 10 luck on MTG Arena when used as a mousepad and plus 10 shuffler bonus at your local game store. Those things are just statistical facts guaranteed. Check out lanterngames.com. Products, official Covert Go Blue playmats. There should be a link below in the description. We only bring in 100 of these at a time, and they're ready to ship wherever they need to be shipped. So get yours today, because once they're gone, they'll be gone again for a long time. And thank you very much to everybody who checks it out. Now back to the video. Apparently today is the day that the ladder turned black. I've played 10 mono black mirrors out of 12 games, which is kind of insane. And that's why we're on the Bankbuster build, because the only matchup that appears to matter at the moment is the mirror. Ooh, that's a blue-white land. All right, bank 'em. Let's go. So this is a spot where we can go for Liliana the Veil, or we can go for bank busting. Against a blue-white control deck, Liliana is very good, a premium card. So I like this line where we get the sleeper down, and we get to use our bank buster. Want to as March? Sure. Esper. Esper Drago Control. Don't feel like we see that too often these days. Well, it might go for another March here, since they used a March on the sleeper. If they do, Liliana's coming down. And you know they're thinking about it. Void Rend, okay. Captain Kill Everything. We'll try to use Liliana to cripple their defenses, then drop Sheldred.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Hullbreaker Horror into your graveyard. Let's see if they have a reanimation jutsu for it. Of course, Liliana would eat that right up. Liliana isn't just our planeswalker, she also our removal spell. Oh, it's Vortex to the bottom. Liliana again.
Happy to help.
Keep draining you of resources. A Void Rend goes down. Probably top to land, or you might have considered holding it. Yep, Captain Kill Everything here, still going. But that's going to make this Trespasser pretty hard to deal with. So, no more Hullbreaker Horror for you. We can't have you getting it back with a Soul Transfer in the future. If the opponent discards 2 cards to do this, yep, and they're going to, then it's all Sheldred now. Now our opponent is removal spell tribal, but let's see how lucky they are. I, on the other hand, have drawn my 7th swamp, so that's something. Ask me anything. But what a quick clock this card becomes. Maybe they draw a counter spell. 8th swamp, no problem. How many spells have I drawn? 7? Still got there. A little careful sequencing. Just tear that control deck to ribbons. I don't usually update these things, but when it's this funny, it's hard not to. Last 12 games, 2 Espers, 10 mono blacks. So every deck has had black. I really want to know how this deck does against non-black decks, but it's just, there are none. The ladder is completely bathed in darkness. Or the matchmaker doesn't know what else to do. You be the judge. One's got a Rafine Avatar. We've got 2 Bank Busters. I'm ready for an Esper showdown again. Okay. I mean, we know it has black in it. We don't know what else is going on. Underdog. Hey, we drew a land. Cool. So, you could drop a Liliana here, make them sacrifice the underdog, go about your business. I'm telling you right now, I don't think that's the way you play this deck. I think you got to be a little more careful with this card, especially when they might have Rafine. Therefore, we're going to cut down the underdog and draw with Bankbuster. Trespasser, you gonna eat your own underdog? I would welcome that. But that's another good card for Liliana to kill because we avoid the ward. Yay, we're hitting land. It's awesome. All right, Liliana, come down. Use the minus to get rid of that Trespasser. And play the Sleeper. The opponent might blitz out the underdog and attack Lily, and that's fine. I don't want to discard these cards anyway. Never mind. I've got a tapped land. And they say go. So here's the tricky part. Do I have anything I actually want to discard? The answer is not really. So Lily might just chill, but we're going to try drawing with Bankbuster to see if that changes. Even if we draw land, though, I'm just playing it. And then I think I need to trespass that underdog. And then I don't think we plus Lily at all. And this is something most people are way too scared to do. And not plus their Planeswalker. There's a cut down on the Sleeper, sure. Graveyard Glutton. Nom nom. But when your hand is pure gasoline, why would you discard a card from it to have +1 loyalty on your Planeswalker? Maybe you need the -2 to deal with their next threat because you don't have a removal spell, but we do. We have 2 Invoke Despairs. That's a pretty good way to eat an Invoke Despair. Okay, do we have anything we want to discard now? Not really. I mean, I'm good. In my graveyard, we'll eat the Sleeper because Graveyard Trespasser food is a resource. And Lily, we still have a removal spell, so Lily can chill. There goes our Glutton. Sheldred. Really good. Really good. Actually, we're gonna hold it back. They still have 4 cards in hand. That should be pretty easy for them to deal with Sheldred. Let's do this. Screw it up. Kill it. Play the other one.
I'm not interested in dying today.
Still chilling. Another one. That's okay. We can play this game for a while.
It's not mine. Off you go.
Liliana down. And I have enough Bank Busters. I'm willing to trade this Bank Buster for one of their random cards, even though it's a very good card. We get a hook. We get 2 more out of them here with Sheldred. You like Lily? You like Liliana? Okay.
One of your friends has to leave.
We draw. We crew. We could do this a lot of ways, actually. We could cast the Invoke Despair, but I am a slow roller to the core here. I guess I don't even mind if they plus, right? We have cards to discard. We're fine. They're so dead. They don't even know. They don't even know. Okay, I accidentally didn't hit record, but we're only a turn in. Our opponents played a Dark Waste and Overgrown Farmland. We kept a 2-lander with a bunch of creatures, and I'm pumped. This might be the first opponent in 15 games who isn't playing black. Oh my. Okay. That has flash and creates 2 creatures. How do they want to block? They go for a double block. Do we save the sleeper? I don't know what all their deck is, but I think I'm going to save it, especially since Liliana is a lot better if we keep them on 1 creature. You have not killed the sleeper. The sleeper has killed you. 1/1 flash. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1. It's the frickin' raise the alarm. Except, how about that hero pose, by the way? You are poser. Give me a good creature. Oh, that's not a good creature. Okay, they can bring that back too. We got to eat their graveyard with the Trespasser this turn, or they'll get back the Resolute Reinforcements. I'm sure that was part of their plan. If they like 1/1s, they're in a meat hook matchup. Ooh, they got a Puppers. Okay, okay. It's a deck that likes having little tokens around. What does it do with them? So I think pretty clearly we try to draw them into a massive meat hook massacre. That was fun to say. Or we do that right now, and then next turn Liliana might kill this, but they'll have a 1/1 from the announcement, so probably not. Probably not. All right, we'll keep drawing them into a massive meat hook massacre. Here we come. Pressure is on you. My plan is to grow the sweeper and then play an underdog. If there's pressure on the opponent, they might have trouble growing their creature base. They're probably counting on announcement to be their anthem to pump them all up. So right before that would flip, we drop the Meat Hook Massacre, clean them all up. Ken has 3/3 Death Touch and Underdog. At 3/4 is a pain. Gonna have to find a way to get to it. Hopefully the opponent just blocks one of these though. It's almost like they have to. Ouch. That's really good. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I guess this meat hook's gonna have to happen. So, meat hook for 2. They still have this frickin' architect. But we have a death toucher that I guess can attack. If the opponent double blocks it, I mean, we can do a lot of damage, but it's not great. Too bad maybe I just need to have this Lily on the field. Next turn, these all become 3/3/4/4s. Okay, they have to die now. So I guess we attack with underdog first. And we really hope they block with the architect. Yeah, it has free architect. I may not. Good choice, opponent. Unfortunately, the opponent's going to reload very well, so we have to figure out some crafty way, some very crafty way to get this job done. I don't know what that's going to be. Because they join the dance, they attack with this thing. We probably kill it if they attack with it, right? They block with the Evolved Sleeper, Death Toucher. And then they're down this creature. They cast this, they have a bunch of 2/2s. Tough. They're going in. I mean, this is probably their best card, so let's see if they had a tactic to beat the Sleeper. That's really good. That's really good. Careful what you wish for. I finally got an opponent who doesn't play black, and they're destroying me.
I have got new moves to teach.
We gotta find a way to drain them for 9. Before we die. It's not looking good. Target player sacrifice of the creature. Yeah, Liliana doesn't do it. So I guess we have to do... There is something down there. There's something down here too. If we can flip it tonight, but we don't have anything to do to make that a useful flip, we could get like an extra point off the Trespasser. This is a 7/8. We attack, the opponent will almost certainly block. So we really have to be going in for lethal when that happens. All right. Hope. Hope is all we has. We gotta drain him out. Doesn't look very likely, does it? Another land is not what we were looking for. This is a no invoke despairs game, by the way. Where do we get the last 5 points? Another Trespasser is a good one. That's like 2 points each time I bring one of these back. Yeah, I guess Trespasser is one of our best draws. Opponent should consider -2 on their own creature, since the only way they lose this game. I guess drawing another meat hook buys us a bit of time. Soren's trash. But I guess we can plus it and try to hit a Trespasser. Oh, they don't have any flyers. Okay. Okay, they don't have any flyers.
You fight for me now.
Those who get in my way tend to regret it.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Well, they've got the Wandering Emperor, so if they remember to use the +1, they're good. We'll also see if they attack the Planeswalkers. Okay. Okay, I guess we have to block. Down to 4. Still at 9, so we have a little life to play with on what's sure to be our final turn, where we might need to Sorin plus or do something of that nature. They found the line. That is definitely the line.
You are not much of a roadblock.
Not a hook. Game. Ah, that was a frustrating one. Nothing very useful happened for us. All right, we will keep. Sweet curve of cards. That's way better on the play than on the draw. Oh, is this mono red? Do we finally play mono red? Been a day. Tempting to play the sleeper first against mono red, but with a graveyard trespasser, I think it's a good play to get the bank buster down, because this can crew it next turn. Baby Devastator. Okay, well, now we can't block them. Still gonna make that play, though. We are ready for your hasty cards. I don't think we attack there. Live long enough to play Sheldred and not be too far behind on board, and we should find the W. Right? Please discard a card. They discard a Bloodthirsty Adversary. I hear that's a decent card. And they didn't have that the turn before, unless they chose the Devastator. Going in anyway. We'll block. Play with fire here, and they're down to 2 cards in hand. Okay. Sheldred. Good luck. 5 toughness. And I'm going to gain life with every draw step. How do you beat that? Down to 12. Trespasser, I think. We could also play the Sorin, which is kind of the big Chad play. Just slam your Planeswalker at him. I'm never blocking with this, so we'll attack. I'm also probably cutting down the Stormseeker before combat, but I might also hit the Devastator. Look at that, the life totals are already flipped. Sure, I guess then... The Devastator keeps pushing damage, but the Stormseeker is the better card for sure. You want to attack me? Cool. Cool. I got attacks for you. What are you at, 11? This is 8? You're dead. Look how fast that turned. Look how fast that game turned. Holy cow, Sheldred turns a game. Okay, kill something and trespass and invoke some despair. Nice, easy game plan. Shipwreck Marsh, maybe not as easy a game plan as I expected. Come on, give me an underdog. Throw me an underdog. Let's go. Yes! Perfectly played, opponent. You're walking right into my clutches. And then there was no underdog. Is there a Rafine, though? That is a good follow-up that they could make that would make me potentially regret my decision, but probably not. Oh, a tapped land. And another underdog. I offer a trade with your underdog. Opponent accepts. Ha 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 ha. There is still no underdog. And we'll get down a sleeper as well. I think that's better than slamming a Sorin there, where we might end up trading the Trespasser for the underdog anyway. Okay, they got Sheldred. Do we have land? Not yet. We've got to find it. This card unanswered is total game over. Gotta find the land. Hook doesn't do it.
Dire times call for dire tactics.
Game might already be over. You go a turn without answering Sheldred. It feels like you just die. Okay. Don't know about the block here. I think we just let this go to 1. Especially with this Liza being around now. Like, is chumping any good? I guess we get more top decks off it if we chump. We could also chump with the Trespasser since it's not really doing anything anymore, and this can gain Death Touch, which might be something we have to figure out next turn. Tough call. Very tough call. Gonna go like this. The life gain might be too important. Okay. We finally get the land. It's definitely late.
Nothing on innocent.
And now we have this problem where we play Invoke Despair, they give up Sheldred, they just get it back. But I still think we have to try. We have to try. Oh wait, the Trespasser can exile it before the Liza regurgitates it. Okay, so that's one way out of that situation. Feels bad, but strictly correct, I think. But Liza stands alone against a 6 loyalty Sorin. Let's see how the opponent punishes us this turn. Rafine. Ugh. Ooh, we got the cut down though, but they can get it back, but we have the Trespasser. So it's not, we're not done yet. They still have 2 mana that they could interact with. Make Disappear, like, Make Disappear is no chance for us.
I will not spare you.
Land for turn. Extraction Specialist. Oh no, cards and graveyards can't be targeted. Well, now it's up to the hook. We need a land off the top so badly. Hasn't been there this game, guys. It really hasn't been there at all.
Not for the
Anything we kill here, they just get back with the Liza. We're getting absolutely dumpstered. I guess this is the play. And hope they don't have an answer to it. Try to stabilize the ground and punish them for a big connive. But if they also have a removal spell, they're like, what were we supposed to do? There was nothing we could do. We go to 9.
What's one more?
Soren's dead. Opponent plays a land for turn, but it gives hexproof, so that's bad. So what do we do? What do we do? Again, the land is a turn late. It's behind the curve on these. It won't get the job done. If they have a Wandering Emperor, we lose that way. But what else can we do? Maybe they'll make a mistake here. Make a block they shouldn't make. Okay. Okay. We have to kill the Denic because we can't target cards in graveyards till it's gone. The opponent could save it here, which, you know. Okay, they didn't save it. Now we can play you. Munch 2 creatures because it's nighttime. And this is the one that's coming back this turn? Yep. Okay. So they don't get those back. I play you. Do I attack into a Wandering Emperor? Nope, there's no more attack stuff to be had. Okay. Kind of played some magic there. Don't think we're getting out of this, though. They know about the hook. Okay, they keep piling on Liza. Those are lands. Take 7. We'll go up to 8. Then we have to find a way to gain a bit more life. Surely they've got a good card lurking. Okay, that's not terrifying. That card is good. The problem is going to be... They still got this Plaza. If we make them sacrifice a creature, they get it back potentially. Unless we trespass. So we need to get them to trade in combat because the tax is actually very relevant. And I don't know how I do that. They can take all the hits. So how do I get them to trade in combat? I guess I just have to hook for 1 and level up this Leaper and say go and hope that they can't kill me. They know about the hook. So I'm a little wary here. All right, trigger on the stack. Since we know it resolved now, we'll increase the size of the evolved Sleeper. Make sure you put a stop down if you're going to try anything this reckless. What do you guys think? Is it Wandering Emperor? If it is, what was I supposed to do? There's no way out. I can't play around a Wandering Emperor anymore. If they have one, it's just lethal damage, right? Because what are we going to? 10? This is 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's not necessarily lethal, so I will hold back the Sheldred. I can make it a 2/2, but it still has the -X/-X, so don't get it in your head that that matters. Staying alive, staying alive. Ooh, that sucks. That really sucks. That's an extra connive. So they need 3 spells. If they get 3 spells, they win. So please don't. 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, land. Come on, land. Come on, land. Give me a chance. I kind of want this to be over, but the fight is a good one. Come on, land. I think we have the tools to beat this deck. I really do. I think if we had hit the land drop on time, there were 2 turns there where it would have done us. It would have gotten the job done. Okay. Wandering Emperor or removal spell for the win? We at 2? No! Whenever a legendary creature you control dies, create a token that's a copy of it. God, this card is nasty. I mean, we knew they had to draw into something good. Does that do anything? It's not good enough, is it? Guess we can attack and see what they do. Although we've come to the end of the road. Oh man, there's just no way. There's just no way. We'll just get a look at kind of some of the fun things this card does. Oh man, that was a fight. I'm still salty though. Just a balanced draw, please. Is it too much to ask to draw a little bit of all of the cards? This looks like it could be exactly that. Xander's Lounge. Okay. All black meta continues. Double Xander's Lounge. Give him the 2/2 maybe. Opponent goes easy mode. Trespasser, Liliana food. Let the mid-ranging begin.
Something suspicious is going on. One of your friends has to leave.
Pretty good. Pretty good. Not the greatest, though. So we can plus drop the underdog, which is a pretty good draw in this situation. Can play the swamp and meat hook for 2. Keep that board clear. Get another permanent onto the battlefield that can help us. He dropped a cut down. I cast another mirror breaker. And an anvil. Alright, it's that kind of a game. Their hand is empty, so our Liliana doesn't really help us. So I guess we'll just kill this and then cast this. Gotta be willing to let Lily go when it doesn't work for you anymore.
I'm not interested in dying today. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
So they'll have the creature next turn, but we have cut down and we have Liliana of the Veil to deal with the reflection of Kiki Jiki. Okay, 2 swamps. Little unfortunate. They discarded a meat hook. Paid off for them. They ripped a harvester. So they kind of drew perfect. Here we go again. We flood out. Opponent draws perfect. The game. We do have to kill this. But if we get rid of their artifact, maybe they don't draw another immediately. Maybe.
This fight finished before brunch.
And off the top, 2 creatures. Liliana dies. Brilliant. Hey, how about another hook? No, that would be another land. It is heartbreaking, man, to be the one flooding in these spots. Absolutely heartbreaking. Yeah, okay. I see. Opponent nails another blood token. Absolutely flawless. Flawless top decks. In the face of me drawing 10 lands. I could still draw a hook and be in this game, though. So I guess I'll hang out to see it. I can't wait to see what the next land off the top of my deck looks like. It's a card. How about a hook? Ken has hook. Cannot have hook. I mean, it's insane. This is insane. But we're not out of it yet. Maybe we made it through the flood. Maybe not. Block this because If the opponent flips another Kiki Jiki, copying that is pretty good. Come on. Okay. All right, could be worse. Could be worse. It's worse. Good card. It's gonna have to wait. Hey. I'm taking it. I've got to draw out of this. Oh my god. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. That's not good. The vampire can be helpful.
I bring my own army.
So let's see what they rip. They need their own hook. If they have their own hook, oof. Because this card has kept us alive through impossible odds here. You bastard. You. Okay. Come on. Doesn't do it. I mean, are you kidding me right now?
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
What a joke. What a joke. All right, so we have to draw another hook. We have to draw another hook or we're just dead. Right? Yeah. Have to draw another hook or we're just dead. Their triggers resolve first? They can just use the anvil in response, right? Oh no! Okay, well, wait, hold on. 5. The opponent activates anvil, it goes on the stack. We gain, they drain. Now they untap, they just use anvil again, but we're gonna gain all this life. Oh my god. Oh my god, way to wait till the last possible moment, deck. Jesus. You're giving me a heart attack. My blood pressure. It's that salty content the internet just laps up. Okay. I got a lot of lands I can throw away here. Trust me, lands I has. No artifacts. Stop top decking artifacts, okay? Okay. Get him! Are you kidding? It was a good game. It was a stressful game, but it was a good game. Can you believe that? Holy crap. I'd say I kept my head in it, but I did not. I was tilted. I got lucky. And we are back for the post-game wrap. Stats powered by MTG Assistant. We are 5-2 with this version of the deck, and what it doesn't show you in the stats is the version before this, where I I played about 10 games and I was about 50-50, which makes sense because it was a pretty stock build and I was just flipping coins against mirror after mirror after mirror after mirror. And to come out of that at about 50-50 makes sense. So deleted that deck, rebuilt from scratch with an edge to the mirror, did in fact pick up the win in the mirror. However, as you can see here, did not play mono black more than just one time after making those adjustments. Insert conspiracy theory about, you know, matchmaker, etc., etc. But I think that what it says the most is that if you are getting just the same matchup over and over and over again, you can make some changes to your deck, and some of those might make you better in that particular matchup. But then, hey, on the bright side, you didn't play that matchup anymore. You didn't play that matchup anymore. Your deck, you just try to make sure that the adjustments you make aren't hard calls. Cards are only good against that matchup you're trying to get out of or beat. Make sure that they're good against the field, like Reckoner Bankbuster. It's still a good card in a lot of other situations. And then you'll probably be okay. At least you get out of the mirror match hardlock, and you still have decent cards in your deck. Hey, if you can't fix the algorithm, and trust me, you can't by yelling on the internet. It's definitely not in my comment section. They don't give a damn what you put in my comment section. If you can't fix the algorithm, you can learn how to use it for your benefit. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I will see you in the next video. You're cool.